Book 2, Page 1. Delphi, the former Harrison radiator plant. This was long before the town of Lockport started their IDA park, which is that brownish area at the top. And if you notice, there's a water tower, which was the corner of Upper Mountain Road, and that would have been the Campbell Boulevard, or I forget what the road, Junction Road is what it is. Book 2, Page 2. This is the back of Rite Aid Pharmacy on Lincoln Avenue, and this is Davison Road extension with the Mulvey original building for Mulvey Construction. This has all been changed. This is probably back around 2000, and in fact, one of the interesting things is that this Rite Aid up there on Lincoln Avenue at the top left-hand corner of the page, this sits right where the old Lee Airport hangar sat, and of course that goes back quite a few years. Book 2, Page 3. This is Bond Lake in the wintertime, and this would bring back about 1984. You can see where the ski runs are, and the Bond Lake was frozen over, and you're looking sort of west along the Upper Mountain Road. Okay, Book 2 and Page 4. This is Pekin Hill, which would be Route 429, coming down through the Pekin, New York, and the building you can just make out the writing is Shimshak's Restaurant, which overlooks all the way down to Lake Ontario, and that just about covers what's on there. Book 4. Book 2, Page 5. Crow Park in Lake Ontario. Okay, this shows Crow Park in the earlier days. It's expanded quite a bit since then. All this green area on the opposite side of the lake, Lake Road, this has all been put into soccer fields. And the light part that you see here, this was worked up, and now it's all grass and all lined up with soccer fields. Book 2, Page 6. Smokin' Joe's on Route 31. This was the earlier days of Smokin' Joe's. This would have been back around the 1989, 88, and obviously it's grown by leaps and bounds since then. But you're looking at Route, the Lockport Road, I guess it is. It goes to Route 31, I'm sorry. Book 2, Page 7. This sand pit in Wilson was taken in 1997. There was a road project somewhere down in that area, and they found that there was sand on this. I think it's the Daniels Road on the east side. You're looking sort of northeast from where this point is toward Wilson. And that was only used for a short period of time. Book 2, Page 8. This shows the Somerset Railroad crossing the Niagara Street, and it's right at that crossing where the three engines are. This was a train that they sent with a bunch of politicians and people to show them how the whole layout was down at Somerset at the power station after the first train went down. And you're looking sort of north or southwest toward the grain elevators on West Avenue, where you can look out right at the top left-hand corner. That's about it for there. Book 2, Page 9. This is the mall area on Transit Road, taken in 1985. And if you look at the top center is Lockport High School, and then down below, of course, is the mall when it was really in full production, with the addition out and back with the light-colored roof. And if you notice, the parking lot is well supplied with cars. Book 2, Page 10. This is a shot of Transit Road near the Pool Mart, and this is just south of the Transit Drive-In, and this was taken back around 2002. Book 2, page 11. This is Snyder Drive in its earlier days. There's very little there, only farmland right now. As of 2012, this is almost all medical buildings and very few houses, really. They're more businesses. But you're looking north, and at the very top left-hand corner of the picture is Tops Market, which would be on Transit. Okay, Book 2, page 12. You're looking northeast toward Wright's Corners. This is Wick Road coming in from the right-hand side, and the farm machinery dealer at the time was Niagara Ford. Up above, which is no longer, about in the middle of the page, there's a set of greenhouses which belonged to Tony Buccolo, and they were in greenhouses for many years. And that reddish colored building is now gone. That was the Red Brick Hotel, and that is now where the dollar store is. This is all just south of the signal light coming up from 104 west. And Wright's Corners Fire Company is the light colored building right about in the middle of the picture. Okay, Book 2, page 13. We're looking at north at Alcott. Right at toward the bottom of the page is an airport, and you can see the runway. This was the old Palmer Airport on West Creek Road. And if you follow that down to the end, it ends on Lake Road, or East Route 18, and you can see where the motel is with the trailers parked and the two piers out at Alcott. And this was taken in 1997. Okay, Book 2, page 14. Day and Chestnut Ridge Road's intersection. And you're looking sort of northeast. The railroad tracks, New York Central tracks, is at the very top, left to right, and diagonally. And Fieldcrest subdivision is that division at the top right-hand corner. Okay, Book 2, page 15. You're looking at the northern part of Willowbrook Golf Course, which was just getting started. The original part is on the left-hand side of the picture. The bottom left-hand corner is the original Big Tree Inn restaurant that was at the entrance to Graff Field, which originally was an airfield back where the golf course is now. And now, as of 2012, that restaurant has been changed to Manhattan's. But the original owner that had that, people by the name of Joe and Marion Ushold, Joe was one of the first ones to bring electricity to Wright's Corners. Joe was an electrician in Buffalo when he moved down. Okay, page 2, or Book 2, page 16. Day Road, looking north at the New York State Barge Canal. Top center is the Elks Lodge. This is the Day Road running north and south, and at the bottom is the New York Central Viaduct, where the tracks ran over the top of Day Road. And at the upper right-hand corner is the Day Road Bridge crossing over Niagara, or the New York State Barge Canal. Book 2, page 17. Frauenmiller property on Beech Ridge Road in the town of Pendleton. You're looking northwest across Beech Ridge, and they had quite a nice nursery there where they grew all types of trees and shrubs. Book 2, page 18. This is the Oddfellows' home. This is the original area on Lake Avenue. From this picture, you'd be standing right above Reed's Hot Dog Stand. And you're looking at the very top of the picture is the Oddfellows, the healthcare facility on Canal Road. Okay, Book 2, page 19. You're looking north over the top of the Village Trailer Park, and that's Dysinger Road at the very top. Top left-hand corner is the Snyder Drive, and the buildings on the upper right-hand part would be, the extreme right, would be what is now Hillman Automotive. At that time, it was a furniture store, as I remember it. Okay, book 2, page 20. This shot shows downtown Lockport, the main part of the city, looking north toward the lake, and at the upper right-hand section, you'll see the smokestack of the Somerset Power Project. The railroad wasn't finished yet. If you look over to the left side of the picture, you'll see where the cut went down through by the old Niagara Road, and there's piles that are black, look like black spots. Those were cross ties that they had ready to lay for the railroad track. Okay, book 2, page 21. This is the Olcott Bible Church right along Route 18, just west of Olcott. Obviously, it was fairly close to the lake, and one of the interesting things, if you'll notice, there's very dark green ditches all coming together, and this is wherever there's moisture and a ditch, that's how they show up from the air.
Okay, this is book 2, page 22. What we're doing is looking across, sort of north across 31, and this is the Cambria Nike base, which is no longer there. It's gone into a home, some sort of a living quarters, and this right in the center, there's looks like a silo, and I think that's still there, if I remember right. But this was a going situation back in the 50s, as I remember it. That's would be under the title of Cambria Nike base. That's about all I can tell you about that picture.
Okay, book 2, page 23. Shows both of Murphy's tour boats in the canal. They obviously had just turned around in the wide waters, which is the normal procedure for them. So you're looking at the wide waters in the middle, and Market Street, you're on the south side of the canal, and up in the upper part was Lytle's subdivision. Okay, book 2, page 24. This shows you the Medina Railroad Museum, the upper left-hand corner, and right in the very middle you see a train with 3 or 4 cars and 2 orange-yellow engines. This was a tour train that at that time was the first one that ran from Medina to Lockport and back, and it was run by some people by the name of Nixie, who have now moved to New England somewhere. The tour train still exists, but under a different group of people. Book 2, page 25. This is the Harrison Cogen plant under construction. This was a cogeneration situation which was connected to Harrison Radiator, which is now, I can't even remember, it's changed names so many times, but it's General Motors basically. And this was the cogeneration plant that they had started. Book 2, page 26. Shows the Niagara County golf course complete in the Northview subdivision at the bottom part, with East High Street running from left to right, and you're looking as far as Wright's Corners at the top upper part, right under where it says County Golf Course. That'd be Wright's Corners, and in the very upper center where it's fairly green and some buildings, this is the Niagara County Fairgrounds. Okay, book 2, page 27. You're looking down at the wide waters, and when they reconstructed that bridge, this is a new bridge there, and it's a curved bridge. This goes back to the late 80s, the first part of 1990s. Okay, book 2, page 28. This is Wyndham Lawn Home. You're looking sort of northwest. It's at the intersection of Lake Avenue and Old Niagara Road, and they had just started to scalp off some land up in the upper part for more buildings. The very part below almost in the center, you'll see a white or light-colored cement part. This was the foundation for the old Bewley canning factory, which had finally been torn down. Now in that area, there's a gas station in place of it. Book 2, page 29. This is the Wilson Historical Society annual Memorial Day picnic, if you will. They have this every year, and these are a bunch of vendors selling things and old-fashioned cars here. And this is an annual situation, and this was taken in 1983.
Hey, this is book 2, page 30. Home Depot at the South Transit Road. We're looking over across South Transit, and it's quite changed a lot since I've even took these pictures. I'm having to go back through this book to rekindle my whole brains here. And these were taken out of a J3 Cub. I don't know if I had to put that in, but that's what I took most of them out of the front seat. And as you can see, as you look at it, a lot of these pictures here, the same places are there, but they have changed locations. And that's probably about all I can tell you about this.
Book 2, page 31. This was the town square, by name, across the street from the Lockport Town Hall. It's gone through 2 or 3 different names, and of course now it's finished. But this photo was taken in 1990. The blacktop driveway at the bottom right-hand corner, that was the one leading into the Lockport Town Hall. Okay, book 2, page 32. Point Counterpoint musical barge at the foot of Vine Street. This was a large barge that went the length of the canal, and they put on a musical show wherever they stopped, for usually at all the places along the canal. And St. Joe's Church here is at the right-hand side of the picture, and then about the middle of the picture. And the interesting thing is at the upper left-hand corner, the original Vine Street Bridge, the green bridge that it shows Green Trust Bridge, and that's long been torn down now and replaced up about 400 or 500 feet east of that. That covers that pretty well. Okay, book 2, page 33. This is a little different angle and a different time of year of Olcott, showing the 18-mile creek down, which shows nice blue. It's obviously not that color, but you're right directly over the old Palmer Airport. You can see there's 4 or 5 airplanes outside down there, and this is West Creek Road that runs parallel to Route 78, but on the opposite side of the 18-mile creek. It goes into Route 18, which travels right through Olcott. Okay, we got book 2, page 34. Olcott from east to west, 1994. Okay, if you look in the middle of the picture to the left side, you will see where the Kiddies Park is that they have recently renovated. The round light-colored building is where they house the carousel, which it still is, and the piers you can see coming out where the boats are way up the upper left-hand corner, and the one where it stands alone, the square went out. That when I was a kid, that you could walk all the way out to that. It was piered up, but of course you can see that the piers have disappeared. Okay, book 2, page 35. This was the Wilson shoreline, just east of the village, and you can see they've already got ball diamonds started, and since then they've fixed up, I guess, a soccer field, whatever. There's quite a few people there at the same time. Book 2, page 36. You're looking at the mouth of the Niagara River where it meets Lake Ontario. Fort Niagara is in the upper, both of them in the upper center, and you're looking at the Joe Davis Parkway, which came down from Lewiston. Well, it actually started in Niagara Falls, but that's the area, gives you an idea of the area around there. Okay, book 2, page 37. This is the intersection of Route 78 and 104 at be the east end of Niagara of Wright's Corners, and the building that you see in the upper right-hand corner is now the Ford dealership in Wright's Corners. In those days, it was a grocery store. People by the name of Foster came from the city of Lockport and started that grocery store, and it did very well in its day. Okay, book 2, page 38. We're looking at the Exchange Street Bridge over the Erie Canal in the upper left-hand corner. If you move to your right, about in the middle of the picture along the canal, this is where Murphy's Boat Tours are now. That was an old building used for welding and all types of boiler work and stuff. And at the bottom, or say about the middle of the page, running left to right, is Clinton Street, and the trucking company that you see to the middle of the page on the left was White's Transportation, and they're long gone. Okay, we got book 2 and page 39. Wilson, New York. We're looking right down at the main intersection in the main part of the business district, sort of the bottom of the picture, where the yellow buses are, is the Wilson High School. About covers that. That was taken in 1990. Book 2, page 40. Here we go with Bond Lake again. This was a different time of the year. Obviously, it's probably very early spring. The toboggan runs are still very visible there, and of course Bond Lake itself on the left-hand upper side. Okay, book 2, page 41. This is Art Park in Lewiston. Now, this was taken back in the early 90s, so I'm sure there's been a lot of changes since. If you look in the very left corner on the lower part of the picture, you'll see the Niagara River, so that's how close it was or is to the river itself. Lewiston is at the top of the picture, some of the houses. Okay, book 2, page 42. This is another picture of Art Park, a different angle showing the Niagara River, and also I would think it's probably at a different time because obviously with all the cars that you see, there was something going on there that day. Both parking lots, both on the north side, which is a smaller lot, and the one on the south side, which is a lot bigger, both of them seem to be quite full of cars. Okay, book 2, page 43. This shows Market Street running diagonally at the bottom, and you can just see the abutments put in for the new bridge coming from up near Reed's, which is at the upper center, to cross over to Market Street. The bridge obviously hasn't been done. They've already closed off Van Buren Street, which is blacktop and runs in a circle at the middle of the picture to the left side. Market Street runs diagonally up to Reed's, and you could extremely at the top, the highest street you see running diagonally is Alcott Street, and this is across the street from the Oddfellows home property. Okay, book 2, page 44. It shows the old Bewley Canning Factory property. This is the gas station, which is there now. You can see that's already been formed up in the middle of the picture, and they're still tearing up cement and whatever. This is the intersection of the Route 78 on the upper part of the picture running to the middle part, and left to right at the bottom part is the old Niagara Road and or Cold Springs Road, Canal Road. That goes under different names, but this probably was taken in 1999. Okay, book 2, page 45. The road running from left to right is Locust Street Extension. The school is George Southard Elementary School, and the town of Lockport was on a weekend were putting up the various things for the playground, and that's some of the equipment you see belongs to the town of Lockport. They donated the help and whatever to make this playground for the school. Okay, book 2, page 46. You're looking north across Rochester Road and Chestnut Ridge. Chestnut Ridge would be the closest. Rochester Road would be that where the white semi-truck is at the top of the picture. The bank below it at one time was Marine Midland, and that building no longer exists. The what was Quality Markets, upper right-hand side, this is now Tops Market. And the lower buildings, it originally was New York Tel. It's Verizon now, the sort of reddish-colored building. And the ones on the right belong to Bewley Construction firm. And that's where they stored all their materials as well as machinery. Okay, we got book 2, page 47. You're looking north across Carlisle Gardens. This is DeSales High School in the center, and Cold Springs Road running sort of from the left to the on the left side of the picture, running diagonally down toward Ferguson Oil Company. And the second part of the Lockport Town and Country Club, you can see some of the low spots in there. They hadn't got it going yet, but this was about the next step to start getting into the finish work on it, and this had to be around the early 1990s. Okay, book 2, page 48. This shows Mike Murphy's two boats at the canal side where they run the tours through the locks and whatever, and that's Market Street where all the cars are parked. And this was taken probably around 1998, 99, somewhere in that area. Okay, book 2, page 49. Route 78 at the bottom of the picture, running diagonally to the upper right. This shows the Tasty Treat ice cream store right in the middle, and the Mullane Motors is on the bottom left. And this was taken in around 2000, 2001. Okay, book 2, page 50. This was the site of the Pendleton Sports Complex. On the west side, it's in Pendleton, obviously. Mantelli Trailer Sales is at the bottom center, and this was taken around January of 1988. They really hadn't gotten only started on the complex there, at the sports complex. Since then, there's been quite a lot of building done.